No restarting it because you don't like the intro.
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
Welcome to Wrestle Kingdom weekend. It's
not anymore.
Yeah, it's past. But you're listening to the Wrestle Kingdom 13 review.
Yeah.
Weekday with
edition
of Breakroom bullshit.
Yeah.
Breakroom BS. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Gable, and this is my trusty steed, Dave.
Yeah, I'm a steed. He rides me.
I mean, you really carry the show, so I'm not sure why.
You ride me.
Maybe you're like the steed that's like the best fucking steed, and then there's like the shitty guy riding his back who's just kind of like picking his nose, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go, and like it's like the really like fucking douchebaggy guy who like has a nice car but nothing else.
That's me.
But you're like the nice
that sucks.
steed. You're
that
a nice
guy's a douche.
steed. Yeah, you're a nice steed, and then you're stuck with fucking me.
One time, I saw a horse fuck this chick, and it came out her mouth. This is really, you'd be laughing at a death. But it was Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
It's even worse because I think I know what you're talking about.
I have a serious question for you. Horse fucking. No.
Is that illegal?
I'm sure. I think all animal sex is illegal. It shouldn't be illegal. It shouldn't be if it is.
What if it's a dragon named Shingo Takagi?
That's fine because dragons aren't real, so they can't be like... They're mystical. Yeah. What? Mythical.
Mythical.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the new episode of ROH is going to have a new entrance video at the beginning?
Oh.
It's a new year. Cody's gone. The Bucks are gone. SCU's probably leaving. All gone. All these people aren't on there anymore. They're not going to... They're going to... If they're not doing a new one now, they're going to do it real fucking soon.
I mean, don't we already see... No, never mind. No, because whenever they do say, like, welcome to Ring of Honor, there's, like, flashbacks of, like, fucking, like, Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe, aren't there?
Yeah, that's not the opening video.
No.
Not to mention, dude, their opening video literally ends with a shot of Cody and Brandy. They're not going to keep that if they're gone. So they got to do a new one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to get something that's not here's our recap from what you've already watched.
Yeah, that should be this next one, right?
Yeah, I want to see this fucking Villain Enterprises bullshit that got spoiled all the fuck over the internet
years ago. At this point.
dude, like, there's people on podcasts talking like it's a real like it's been like an established thing for a while. I'm like, I literally have not seen it happen once on anything televised.
I've been going out of my way to not read anything about it.
Yeah,
which is difficult because it's going to be about a year before it airs.
Yeah,
pain in the ass. Let's do this. We're going to cover the WrestleMania of New Japan, their biggest show of the year.
Wrestle Kingdom 13 held on, January 4th in the Tokyo Dome, and I'm assuming Tokyo, Japan?
No, you idiots, in Fuego.
That's not even in Japan.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's a place.
What's that one place? Kurgan Hall. That's the other place that I know.
Kurgan?
Is that it?
Isn't it Corgan Hall?
Yeah, I guess.
Kurgan.
Nancy Kerrigan Hall.
Kurgan used to be a wrestler in WWF in the 90s.
I'm Kurgan. We're
okay,
Kurgans.
He's a pirate.
He guards.
All right. I'm just going to jump into the first match. Let's do something generic you want to
Nope,
cover.
nothing generic.
Okay. Well, first we're going to cover the pre-show match, which was a never open weight 6-man championship #1 contenders gauntlet match.
How was it watching it, Dave? Was it nice watching it? Was it? Was that nice? Did you enjoy that?
I did.
Guess what I got to do? I got to fucking hit the refresh button on my fucking computer 67 times in a row.
You're being mean to them. They didn't do anything to you.
Nah, I mean, it's not their fault. They weren't expecting such a... I'm assuming it's from a high number of people tuning in. I just got
should have been prepared.
Servers busy from the page over and over again, and I was getting a little frustrated. Which
I'll go over all this then, since you didn't really get to see.
I mean, I got like the last like 3 teams, but that was really it.
You didn't even see the most important part of it early on. Okay, so the first team is Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, and Yujiro Takahashi. The legendary Muffin Ass was here, which made me very happy.
Very nice.
And we've talked before about New Japan having great camera work, right? This was by far the best camera work I've ever seen in my life.
Man.
In no subtle way, they zoomed right in on Peter's fucking legendary Muffin Ass. They had no shame. Right up to her butt. It was great.
I missed it.
You did. The second team was Jeff Cobb, Yuji Nagata, and David Finlay. So Chase Owens gets on the apron to hold Finlay, but Finlay, because Chase Owens came down with the other guys.
What a haphazardly thrown together team. Like, you have to see that David Finlay team and just be like, man, they aren't winning shit.
Yeah, they have nothing going. So Chase Owens came down with Yujiro, as he always does. So Owens is on the apron. He's trying to hold Finlay to help out the team, but Finlay moves, and Page accidentally hits Owens. Then Yujiro gets mad, and he and Page shove each other. So Yujiro gets pushed, and then Finlay rolls up Yujiro after he is shoved by Page, and then Yujiro, Page, and Skrull get eliminated. So when this happens, I noted that I wanted to suck New Japan's dick here because it seems like they're going to do an angle or something to take care of this whole Owens-Yujiro Bullet Club Elite situation. And here I put, at least I hope they do. More on that to come.
Yeah.
The third team
You
is...
said come.
I did. The third team is Best Friends and Hiroki Goto. Chuck E. T's insaneness took a night off here for this show. It was nothing came out of that at all. Cobb hits a belly to back suplexes on Beretta and Chuck E. T at the same time. Chuck E. T misses a top rope moonsault and Finlay rolls him up, and the Best Friends and Goto get eliminated by pinfall. Next up, we have Killer Elite Squad and Minoru Suzuki, who are facing Cobb, Nagata, and Finlay. They're still in it. So it doesn't really matter. You get down to the last teams, but there's only 6 teams, I think. Killer Bomb to Finlay, and then Finlay, Nagata, and Cobb get eliminated. So now we have Killer Elite Squad and Suzuki are still there, and then Taguchi, Makabe, and Yano come down.
Sure.
At this point, we got to hear Makabe's real music for the first time, which was awesome. I got really pumped for that.
Well, on the streaming service at least. We've looked it up elsewhere, but yeah.
I haven't.
Cool.
So I got to hear it for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, this is just about when I was tuning in. I tuned in just like right before this happened.
You already heard his music?
What?
You already heard it?
I mean, I looked it up.
Oh. Well, I was a complete surprise for me because I never heard it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's what it sounds like."
Yeah,
it's a cover of the song, right?
It's a cover.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Grab that yellow thing over there. I want to play with it.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to play with it. Thanks.
Child.
What is it?
Child of mine.
Oh no, that's gross. I don't want it.
You suck. Is that like someone's birth control stuff?
Yeah.
Suzuki hits the guardrail near the commentators. This was ground if you saw this. I think you did. You said you were tuning in here, right? Suzuki hits the guardrail and Callis jumps up and fucking just runs away. Completely from the announcer's table. It was very funny. This was a really cool spot. Archer did the Undertaker rope walk, but he walked far enough so he could actually tag Suzuki while he was standing on the rope. And then he jumped off and hit Taguchi. And I liked how Suzuki kind of just slowly took the tag because it was so unorthodox the way he did it.
Dude, I completely forgot Undertaker does a fucking rope walk.
Yeah.
Man.
Now he doesn't because his legs are broken because he's so old.
He's old, yeah.
Heart attack plus a variation of total elimination by Killer Elite Squad. Ref gets distracted and Yano low blows Archer and Davey Boy. Yano rolls up Davey Boy, and Yano, Taguchi, and Makabe win by pinfall and are the number 1 contenders for the Never Openweight 6-Man Championship.
Wow.
I think this was at this. I can't remember if this was at the pre-show or at the show, but they announced the. I think this is during the pre-show. They announced that the G1, the first show of the G1 Climax 29, will be in the U.S., which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Dallas. So that's a nice sign of them expanding and moving things to the U.S.
Yeah, the Wrestle Kingdom got announced to be 2 days next year, huh?
Yeah, I think I had on there later, but yeah, they announced. Well, initially they just said that they were going to be in the Tokyo Dome the 4th and the 5th. They didn't say what it was going to be, so I assumed that they were just going to have New Year's Dash in the Tokyo Dome because all I kept hearing this year was how New Year's Dash sold out in like a minute, and they could have sold like 30,000 tickets if it would have been in a bigger arena.
Yeah.
So I assumed they would just do both shows there. But then on the next night, Kelly mentions that they mentioned that Wrestle Kingdom will be in there for 2 nights.
Dude, I swear they said that at first because on a podcast I was listening to, they said that they're like, oh no, it's not confirmed. I'm like, what do you mean it's not confirmed? How is this thought in my head is confirmed already? Who said something that made me think it was confirmed?
Yeah, I mean, I just heard them say that it was gonna that they were gonna be in the Tokyo Dome 2 nights. Like, they didn't say it would be Wrestle Kingdom.
Maybe just like psychic or something.
Probably. So what's our first match? We have Kota Ibushi and Will Ospreay for the Never Openweight Championship.
William Ospreay.
William. That is his name, isn't it? It's William.
Probably. Yeah, I can't confirm or deny that.
I can not either. There is a cool spot close to the beginning here where Ibushi goes for a moonsault to the outside, and then Ospreay jumps up onto the apron and kicks Ibushi in the face in the middle of the moonsault, which was really cool. It's been so long since I took these notes.
Like, it really hasn't, but like it feels like it's been.
It's only been like 2 to 3 days.
Like, dude, I was just typing these notes up here, and I was just like, "What the?" I called you, and I was like, "What does this mean, Dave?" You're like, "I have a note about that. Don't worry." I'm like, "Okay, thank God for Dave."
I'm great.
Do you hear Kelly teasing Ospreay moving up to the heavyweights? I'm sure that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Never Openweight Championship is a good transition belt for him.
Yeah, I mean, he what'd you say? He took the Ariel out of his Twitter handle, or something. So I mean, yeah, if he's going to be working as a heavyweight during his matches, he's not going to be doing as many jumpity.
Well, I think that's more like
type things.
I think it's more him finally listening to people and them saying, "Did you need to tone your fucking style down because you're going to die and your career is going to be like."
Yeah,
way shorter. So I think that's one of the reasons he's adjusting.
Do you hear what he said about the Kota Ibushi injury? He's like, dude, I forget what it said. It was such a fucking heel thing to say. Something about like people telling him he has to tone his shit down so that he doesn't get hurt. So he's just gonna go around hurting other people.
That's pretty funny.
Something along those lines or to that effect. And
I think I might have read that.
Yeah, that was a pretty. I wish I would have watched the promo or where the fuck it was at.
Well, it wasn't a tweet.
Oh, maybe it was a tweet. Did I say it was a tweet?
I think you might have.
I might have already.
I think you did.
Man, this is. I'm not even I don't feel tired, but like I'm talking tired. Does that make sense?
As long as you don't feel tired, you can move on. You're just having like a brain shit.
Yeah.
There is a badass series of moves where they both reverse each other's power bombs, landing on their feet, which ends with a one-man Spanish fly to Ibushi, which is cool. Beautiful hook kick to Ibushi. Ospreay's hook kicks always look fucking amazing and so cool. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like a super kick, and he kind of goes around at an angle.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking cool.
Like he almost like his legs got a curve.
Yeah.
Curves to the left.
There was an insane reversal of a Stormbreaker into a Hurricane Rana by Ibushi, just driving Ospreay into the mat.
I love that. It looks so smooth.
Yeah, it looked real cool. I love this fucking spot where Ospreay has Ibushi. You may learn a new term here. Ospreay had Ibushi in the Tree of Woe where he's hanging upside down in the corner.
Dude, I have a note about this.
Yeah.
Is it what Kelly says?
What'd he say?
Dude, someone who might not have as good of a suspension of disbelief might be like, well, why doesn't he just move his fucking legs?
Oh yeah, I see.
Kelly mentions that Ibushi's weight is coming down, so the pressure being applied is keeping him from pulling his legs out. So like that keeps that suspension of disbelief. Well, you don't even need the suspension of disbelief because it's like applying physics to what's actually happening.
Yeah, I don't have a note. I remember exactly what you're talking about. That was a very good. That was a very good thing you did.
Kelly does shit like that all the time, and I love it. He
really enhances the matches. But I love the spot because like Ospreay just sits down and starts fucking looking at him and starts like palm striking him, and then Ibushi starts fucking hitting him back, and they're just beating the shit out of each other as he's just sitting there in the corner. It was so cool.
Yeah, I wish this match would have been a little longer.
And then, remember Ospreay started fucking kicking him in the head, like, real hard in the corner?
Yeah.
And, that was great.
When did, you mentioned people thought, like, they had they knew when this concussion happened?
I'm going to get to that later.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see how they redid the awesome spot with the amazing camera work where Ospreay's in the background on his feet and Ibushi's in the foreground? Remember we were talking about
they did it again.
Yeah, they did that in there, which was pretty cool.
Dude,
and one thing I loved about that was they fucking cut, and then they just show Ospreay kind of just jumps into frame with his Robinson special move, and he kicked him.
Yeah,
it was really cool. You just have the
I just have the finish.
Okay. Ospreay hits another hook kick and then nails Ibushi in the back of the head with an arm shot. Okay, now New Japan is saying that Ibushi has a legit concussion.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be that Charles, whatever, the commentator guy. He's saying...
Just so I know where we're both at, where do you stand on this? Do you think it's a work or do you think it's legit?
Firstly, I think it is possible that the concussion is a work. I don't think it's a work. I think he did get a concussion. Mm-hmm. However, I don't think he got it here. I think... if he was legit knocked out, which I don't think he was at this point, I think he got the concussion earlier. But if he was legit knocked out here, it explains why it looks so fucking real and good. But I don't think he was, and I loved how Ibushi sold this dude. Like, he looked like he was legit knocked out. It looked like fucking Ospreay had to, like, pick him up himself for the Stormbreaker. It looked amazing.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't think this was where he got a concussion is because there is no one in this world that's going to convince me that fucking Ibushi got a concussion, he was out, and Ospreay made him take a fucking Stormbreaker, which is a move where the guy fucking spins in the air and lands hard on the mat.
Yeah. You're
not going to convince me that Ospreay's like, this guy's fucked up. I'm going to do a move that's probably going to make him worse.
Now, I would assume during matches, if something like that happens, Ibushi should communicate it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only like... does he have the option to communicate it, but he's probably required to communicate it so that it does not risk any sort of legal
Takahashi. When Takahashi broke his neck, like, he broke his neck and got fucked up, but I'm sure the ref checked on him and he was like, I'm good. And that's why it continued. If he was like, dude, I'm fucked up, like, the ref wouldn't let it continue. They'd end the match or something.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone's saying, like, oh, the ref checked on, the ref backed Ospreay away and he wouldn't let him do anything. Like, I don't think... Like, if he got legit hurt there, they're not going to do that fucking move to him. Yeah. Especially if Ospreay or Ibushi was not unconscious there.
Yeah.
Like, no wrestler is doing another move like that to an unconscious fucking wrestler. Because Ibushi has to take the move. That. Yeah. So I really don't think that he... and I have more notes the next night, too, when we go over it, as to why I don't think that was real. What are your thoughts on all this? Well, first of all, Ospreay won by pinfall after that.
Yeah.
And he's the new IWG Never Openweight Championship. Go.
Because it was supposed to look like he takes his fucking elbow pad off.
Yeah.
Slams him in the back of the fucking head, and that's what knocks him out. And, dude, like, the people were fucking there, like, stat with a fucking, with the... Where is the fucking board to carry?
Yeah. I get.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
really quick.
That was 100% planned. There's no way. And like whenever I watched the first time, I'm like, oh my god, he fucking killed him. When they showed the second angle from the other side, he hit him, but you could tell like it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It didn't look anywhere near as bad from the second angle.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked to me. It looked really good, but at the same time, there were aspects to it that if you really thought about it, you're like, yeah, well, this fucking could be a work, and probably is a work. And I do think because you said they didn't say officially where it's at, right?
Yeah, because they said later that like New Japan said that he did get a concussion.
Yeah,
and I guess it's possible it's a work, but I don't know that New Japan does that
unless they tell me a point where he got a concussion, and as long as they say anything else except when Ospreay took his elbow pad off, then I'll believe it's legit. If it's if they say it's like anything else except that finisher.
Now, what if they don't say where it happened?
If they don't say, then I guess I don't know. But right now, my brain is working with the assumption that it's not legit, and until I hear something otherwise, I'm gonna keep thinking that it's a work.
Because the thought I just had just now was that okay, so let's say they planned on. I think they did. They planned on doing this finish. Where, fuck it, I'll just say it now. Like, in the next night, Kelly even specifically says, there's a point in the match, an Ospreay's match, where he's going to do that move again, the elbow. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't. He chooses not to do it. And then Kelly even points out, he was going to do the move, but he ended up not doing it. He goes, the opponents need to watch out for this move. Like, they clearly did that move and did the stretcher job to put the move over to make it seem more devastating, which is why Kelly was doing it the next night. Now... what I think happened is the whole finish was planned with the stretcher and everything to take him out. But I think what happened was he got the concussion early, and they're not saying where it happened because they can turn the shoot into a work in as much as say like, you know what I mean? Like he legit got a concussion, so why not just make it seem like he got it there? Make it
into something utilize.
Yeah. So like by them not saying where he got it, people can just assume he got it there and make it seem more real. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if that's what's going to happen.
They're not assuming. Clearly, they are not assuming he got it there. They're assuming he got it at some point earlier in the match.
Yeah. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, and that could be where he got it, but I do not fucking think that he got a concussion, got knocked out, and then fucking Ospreay makes him take a Stormbreaker. Like, no.
So ultimately, are you leaning more towards one direction or the other, though?
I think it was a real concussion, but it just didn't happen there.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Or maybe not even as severe as a concussion. Like
Alvarez was saying that he thinks it happened, because I had this opinion before I even listened to it, but Alvarez saying he thinks it might have happened whenever Ibushi hit his face on the post and got busted open. Which I'm like, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, because he hit his face on the post himself, and he did bust his face open, so, I mean, that could have happened, but I don't know. Because after I heard that, I was watching it again, and I was like, I don't know, it didn't seem like he hit his head that hard there, but...
Yeah. Did you just, like, go into a different dimension for
I went into anaphylactic shock, but I'm okay now.
All right, sweet.
So what do you think of this match? I thought that this match was great. I loved it, but I don't think it lived up to the hype. And I like to think that they didn't go all out and do everything they could have to maybe save stuff for an insane blowaway match down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to bring back the Sparkle Daves for just that. I'm not going to use them for New Year's Dash, just Wrestle Kingdom, just so you get an idea of where I'm at with all these matches. But this one would probably stick around the 3 out of 5 Sparkle Daves.
3, wow.
3, yeah. This is Sparkle Daves are out of 5. Daves are not named after Dave. They're to parody Dave Meltzer and his stars.
Dude, if Dave Meltzer gives fucking this main event like 6 stars or something, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
he's
agree.
A fucking idiot.
It was a good main event, but
it was.
Not,
come on,
not his 6-star nonsense. He said didn't he say there is a plus 5-star match?
I didn't hear him say.
I swear I saw somewhere that it was a quote taken out of context, mind you, but that there is a plus 6-star or plus 5-star match.
Whatever. There was not
5-star plus
on this
match.
Card. All right, let's move along. We're 22 minutes in. We got one match. We're doing good. I mean that match is going to get. That match is also probably going to be one of the ones we talk about the most because of all the concussion stuff. So
yeah. And,
all right.
And I mean, look at these other matches coming.
But they're so long. Next up, we have Bushi and Shingo Takagi versus El Desperado and Kanemaru, who are the champions, versus Roppongi 3K in a 3-way junior heavyweight tag team championship match. Dude, I've been wanting to put this note for a while. Shingles' two-handed chops are ridiculous.
Shingles.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
It was funny, though.
Shingo's two-handed chops are ridiculous. Where he goes like this and hits him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're so loud and look like they kill him every time he does them.
Maybe, well, I mean, what's it get louder just because, like, his hand smacks the other hand?
Well, his hands are normally touching. And he just hits him as hard as he can with both hands.
Who knows if in the process he... I'm
gonna watch and dissect it next time.
Yeah.
Dissect it.
Dude, I have a lot of notes for this. Dude, the most memorable thing about this match for me was Shingo's entrance, but yeah, I do enjoy seeing. I'm starting to get a liking to the Shingo.
Getting a liking to
the Shingo guy.
He's a nice guy.
Who else did we have in here? Bushi and
Kanemaru, Desperado, Roppongi 3K. Yeah. There was a really cool spot in here where Sho German suplexes Shingo, who is holding Kanemaru, and then takes him up with him, making it like a double German suplex with all 3 guys. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. Kanemaru has the Centauri Mist ready, but eats a super kick, spraying it up into the air. Shingo hits the Noshigami to Sho, followed by 2 pumping bombers, but Sho kicks out. Mm-hmm. Last of the Dragon to Sho. Shingo and Bushi win and become the new junior heavyweight tag champions.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of, like, if you're playing in the long run, is the move Shingo up, you got to give him some gold in the process. So, I mean, I see why they may have given him a belt. I mean, if he is going to be this dominant heavyweight guy, or a guy who's questionably a junior weight, why wouldn't he be, like, very dominant in the division?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Next up, we have Ishii, who is the British Heavyweight Champion, versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the Revolution Pro British Heavyweight Championship. I thought it was a really cool touch that they had a Revolution Pro referee doing this match, since it's for a Revolution Pro title.
I didn't even realize it was until a podcast pointed it out.
They mentioned Kelly mentioned it. That's one reason I caught it.
I missed it.
Otherwise, I would not have known.
I missed it. Yeah, you take
Let me
it
go
away
first.
because these Zack Sabre Jr. matches, I am the worst at taking those for because it's just a bunch of holds the whole time, which I've come around on. I used to fucking hate them, but I don't know what to say.
Well, there's a spot where Zack jumps on Ishii to do a hanging guillotine. He just like where he jumps on the front of him and puts his arm around his head, and Ishii just instantly grabs and throws him over for a suplex. I thought was really cool. There was an awesome fucking spot where Zack is hanging upside down on Ishii's back, and they fucking turn it into a code red on Ishii, which I thought was a really cool spot. Zack modifies an octopus stretch by going down on the mat and pulling Ishii's second arm back. Kelly said the move is called, this is the name of the move, Hurrah, Another Year. Surely this one will be better than the last. The inexorable march of progress will lead us all to happiness. That's the name of the move.
The longest name of a move ever.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Is there a acronym I can work with?
Yeah, it's Haggard Prudent Match Piss.
You did it.
Zack Sabre Jr. wins by submission and gets awarded the new Revolution Pro British Heavyweight Championship belt.
Exciting.
What do you got to say about this?
I mean, the dude's had a good year. He, definitely deserves to have some gold on him. So
Talking about Big Lebowski? Who?
yeah, Zack Sabre Jr.'s had a good year.
Oh, okay. You said the dude, so I got confused.
Yeah, he's had a good year. I definitely
Get
think
it?
Yes.
Yay! I hate you.
I hate you, fucking bitch.
Whoa, that was a little aggressive. All right, what were you saying about the dude's good year?
Yeah, I mean, Zack Sabre Jr.'s had a fucking real good year. He's been everywhere. He's been at the ROH shows. He's been to fucking all over New Japan.
He's everywhere you want to be.
Shit. Yeah, he
Read your next note.
After
you're saying all these good things about him.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Ishii. Zack Sabre Jr. sucks.
You're such a dick. Just wait till we get to Juice. All right, next up we have Evil and Sonata versus Guerrillas of Destiny, who are the current champs, versus Young Bucks, and another three-way tag team championship. This is the heavyweight tag team championship.
We're gonna save after this one.
You're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly with some great commentating here as usual. He goes, "Do the Bucks even deserve to be here?" He mentions how Evil and Sonata petitioned for them to be in the match so they could avenge their loss to them earlier in the year, which I thought was cool.
It helps with all the people complaining about why they're even there to begin with.
This guy.
Yeah, it was you.
Well.
Oh.
I have a.
You say Kelly was the star of this fucking commentating team, but Don Callis.
Here, save this. I have one from
funny.
before that. It's almost the same thing. It'll build to this one,
dude.
So Kelly mentions how the ref Tiger Hattori, and how he says this might be closer to the end of his Wrestle Kingdom run. And then Callis says every day is closer to the end when you're that age.
Yeah.
And then Kelly goes, "How dare you!" really loud. It was so funny. And then that line came up next.
Yeah, Don Callis says it's Tiger's bedtime, or Tiger's bedtime was an hour ago. We got to get on with this.
Callis was so fucking funny.
Oh my god,
he was so funny.
Later, I'll just say it now. Later on, whenever Tiger gets a hold of what's his name, Jado's stick.
Yeah,
he's like, Tiger's got his cane. Oh wait, that's the stick.
His cane.
Yeah,
I don't know if I even caught that one.
Yeah, it's that's so funny. Fucking funny, dude. He was ripping on fucking Tiger all night.
Yeah,
wasn't it his last match?
I don't know.
I thought I read online this was his last match, or not last match, the last show he was.
Wait, Tiger or Don Callis?
Tiger.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kelly said it was near the end of his Wrestle Kingdom run. He should have said it was the end.
Yeah.
So God has some new music here and some cool new masks.
Dude, I love the music. I love the mask. I don't think Loa was a fan of the mask because he did not wear it the next night and it messed up his hair.
I didn't think of that. You're probably right.
I'm like, wait a second. He normally got this big fucking hairdo going on, and then you put this hard helmet on top of it and gets it all fucking flat and shit.
You got helmet head.
Although he wore a hat the next night, so I don't know what the fucking.
I thought Tom was Iron Man when I first saw him.
Dude, Thomas' fucking helmet looked the most bad. It looked like fucking Red Hood from Batman.
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
How about Skullhead Jado? He was all painted all up to look like a big skull.
Yeah.
The new good guy Tama is fucking great.
Dude, so funny.
How about the beginning? He tries shaking Nick's hand and he tells him he loves him.
Yeah,
he's like, "I love you."
Dude, just him like telling the crowd that he loves them whenever he's leaving the rings and shit.
It's great. I love him so much. Evil uses Loa to do a magic killer to Tama. Jado and Fale get in the ring, but the Bucks take them out. Nick jumps off Tama's back to give Loa a Hurricane Rana off the top turnbuckle. I really like when in the tag matches like this when they use the own person's partner kind of against them, in unique different moves.
Did you fuck with my notes or did I fuck with my notes?
I think you did that.
Man, Kanemaru and Desperado were in this match.
What'd they do? Was this a run-in?
I don't fucking know.
What'd they do? Let's hear it.
They won.
That's really weird. So they're double champs. Not even their own weight class.
They just lost the belts, so they had to get new belts.
Two champs.
There it is.
Meltzer driver attempt, but Tama hits a gun stun on Nick in midair. Evil and Sonata with a magic killer to Mick Mick Foley also made an appearance. To Matt, followed by a moonsault off the top from Sonata to Matt. Evil and Sonata by pinfall and new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
During that rambling you just had, did you mention pushing the rope?
Fuck you! They understood what I said.
They did. I was just saying, whenever you were going on your list of shit, did you mention anything about pushing the rope in to help? I forget who was it. Maybe the Bucks or someone break a hold.
So, didn't Tama do that?
Yeah, they were pushing in on the rope because it's smart, but Kelly.
I thought it also helped with Tama's gimmick.
Yeah, Kelly started off as part of Tama's gimmick, where he was being nice and helping, being the good guy.
Because that's what when he first said, I was like, "See, he's nice. Look at that." And that wasn't a list. I did all that from memory, by the way.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm really.
That's
smart.
Impressive. Yeah, but I thought that was a different way of cheating. I don't think I've seen anything like that. You know what I mean? Because you only in triple threat matches do you get opportunities where helping one of your opponents can be. I've
seen the opposite, but I've never seen the other. I've seen where their partner will pull the rope away so they can't get to it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their opponent, but I've never seen them push it towards it that.
Yeah, in a triple threat match, that's probably the only place you'd ever do it.
Or I guess if you're trying to help your partner get to the rope faster.
Yeah, you could do it for a partner.
That's not really cheating. It's cool. It's not as unique.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a break.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. There we go. All right, I'm ready.
You're good.
What the fuck? You started? How would someone ever do that to someone else? That's not fair.
Victory is mine,
dude. You really did win. All right, next up, Juice Robinson versus Cody for the U.S. Championship. Juice has a nice, clean, shaven baby face here, so it looks like a douchebag.
Dude, he's a baby face. Don't you get it?
Yeah, did you have a note of that?
No.
Oh, I thought we were the same. You got a lot of notes here. Dude, you have the most notes for the next match.
Yeah.
Okay, I said he's a douche. Commentators mentioned All Elite Wrestling right from the start here.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's a lot of fucking talks about All Elite Wrestling.
That's a shame. They even mentioned Cody and Brandy's titles, how he's the executive vice president, she's the chief brand officer. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and they were bringing up the Cody's color scheme.
Yeah, the Jaguars
and the significance of why the Jacksonville Jaguars are being represented there and if you guys don't know already, which I'm assuming you do, otherwise you probably, I don't know, don't follow wrestling for some reason and just want to listen to us. I don't know. The owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars is the one funding the All Elite Wrestling.
We listened to our last show. I mean, they're not going to not listen to our last show. Come on.
I mean, sure. Well, to get you caught up if you're just joining us then.
We had the most listeners ever the last show. We had 1,026 listens, and I think the first 30 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah, it's insane. Make sure you share this with all of your friends on Facebook. I'm sure they care.
You sounded like they didn't really care.
No, I mean, whatever.
All right, so Cody tries hitting Juice with the belt before the bell and fakes a knee injury right quick there. He's playing dirty. Brandy covers Cody when Juice is about to come off the top to stop him. This is reminiscent of All In.
Yeah.
She did that with Aldous, right?
She did. She sure did.
A little later, the ref gets distracted and Brandy spears Juice and mounts him, that lucky fucker, and then starts pounding him in the face, start beating his ass. And the ref he's had enough of this, and he throws her out from ringside. He just kicks her out from ringside. She's gone.
Yeah, dude. I heard some people complain about all like the cheating Brandy was doing, and Brandy was annoying.
Why? These people just want to complain.
The cheating is fine. It's these people, these New Japan people who like despise WWE. Which I mean, don't get me wrong, I despise WWE as next to as much as the next person. But I mean, like they don't like they like it being very I don't want to say realistic, but like to be very like a formal sport. Like you wrestle, and then you go on with your day. You argue, you wrestle, you go on with your day. They don't like all the cheating. They get fucking mad when Bullet Club shows up and starts getting DQ'd during the fucking tournaments and shit. And yeah, but I mean, I personally did not have a problem with the cheating. But dude, like I don't know, like the fucking refs really do wait like to the like. I don't know how there's like not a DQ though. You know what I mean? Like don't you get DQ'd for interference and shit? She was really fucking involved. This wasn't like some small cheating. She was in the match or she was in the ring throwing like fucking punches and shit.
Yeah, did he see her punching him?
I know whenever I saw him seeing her and whatever she was doing at the time, I was like, this is ridiculous now.
I mean, because the first time he obviously, I mean, all she did was just get on top of Cody, and he didn't see her spear him. But yeah, I mean, if he saw her punching him, they should have got DQ. But I was like, I didn't even really give it wasn't a big deal.
Maybe she wasn't throwing punches while it was happening. I don't know, but that kind of threw me off. That I'm like, why has he not like DQ'd anyone, or why is it taking so long to throw her out?
But I mean, the refs have always been more lenient since we started watching. How many times when we first started, I was like, dude, why aren't they DQing people for using chairs and doing this stuff?
You're definitely right.
I mean,
I can still enjoy the match and just have not be a fan of that.
I didn't even have a note about how like why didn't they get DQ'd?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But,
You want to take it from here?
Crossroads to Juice, but he kicks out. A Din's Fire by Cody gets reversed. Pulp Fiction by Juice gets reversed. There was a lot of trying to do finishers here getting reversed. Juice hits Crossroads, but Cody kicks out.
Dude, remember how I said I was going to do Meltzer stars?
Yeah.
I didn't. Whatever.
Yeah, they're not really. Wait, did you have them even written down?
No. Oh. I was going to make them up as I go.
Pulp Friction to Juice, so they kind of did each other's finishing moves on them. This was actually a false finish that got me here. Whenever Juice took the Pulp Friction, I thought it might be over. Disaster Kick is reversed by Juice when he hits the left hand of God. Another left hand of God by Juice. And then Juice hits 2 Pulp Frictions. And then Juice wins by pinfall and is the new U.S. champion.
Yeah, I mean, we know with him leaving New Japan that he's obviously going to drop the belt. So I mean, I feel like this one was one of the predictable.
Yeah, there was nothing shocking about that finish. At this point in the show, I wrote that I feel like every match in here is just shorter than I thought it would and should be. I was expecting really all of them to go longer. I even texted you this about how like all these matches seem short. And you remember your response whenever I texted you that?
No.
About the tag match, and you go, I timed it. It was about 7 minutes.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was timing some of the matches because I was trying to like get in like a feel for like how long this was going to be because it's fucking super late. So if I want to figure out how long the next match is going to be, I can be like, well, this one was this long, and I have this long until I have to like fucking go to sleep and shit because I'm fucking tired. I can tough it out for 10 more minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was timing shit. It wasn't for any sort of statistical purpose. It was more of like I need to go to sleep, so let me figure out how long this is going on purpose. Yeah, it was, dude. The 3-way tag match for the fucking heavyweight championship was barely over 7 minutes.
The junior or the heavyweight?
Or the heavyweight.
Oh, the heavyweight one was okay.
The heavyweight one was short as fuck.
Yeah, I thought that was the the junior heavyweight one was the really short one.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I think that's the one you texted me about. Yeah, it was the junior heavyweight one. You said it was like 7 minutes, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, but most of them, even then, I know there was at least one or two other matches that were under 10 minutes.
Dude, honest to God, I'm just counting the main card, the eight matches. I think that 6 of those matches should have been longer and they would have been better.
Yeah.
The only matches I think that went about the time they should have were the 2 main events.
I mean, here's what you do. You cut some matches.
Exactly.
You cut matches and you don't plan for all this shit.
Don't put 7 out of 8 of your titles on the line.
Every title does not have to be there.
Yeah, like, dude, this is the thing, though, and I actually forgot why I put that, and I remembered. Like, if they're going to be doing Tokyo Dome next year, 2 Wrestle Kingdoms, then do less matches on each night and make them longer.
Yeah. Because I think they ran into that problem, and they're realizing that, and I think going into the night, they kind of probably had a, like, after working everything through and figuring out how long everything was going to be, they're like, fuck. We're going to be running really late, and we want to have a shorter show because they want to, for whatever reason. I mean,
this is both our first Wrestle Kingdom, so I don't know if this is how it is. I don't know if normally, like, there are a bunch of matches that are shorter, so I don't know.
I was getting I think there were, I'm going to say 2 or 3 different places where I heard them talking about how Wrestle Kingdom normally, runs like a lot longer, but it like the what the fuck? Where was I going with this? Yeah, but I mean, this is the first one with fucking Harold Meese or whatever his name is, so maybe he wants a shorter show, so a more restricted show. And whenever they tried to do that, they ran into the problem of having to have all these short matches because. Otherwise, you get stuck with a fucking 5.5 hour long show.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand why it happened, and to be honest, I would have much rather had another 1.5 hours on the show.
I would rather have another 1.5 hours of the show, or just cut 2 of the matches out and make the other ones longer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need the junior tag team belt. I'm not dying to figure out what if Conor Maru and Desperado retain the belt at fucking Wrestle Kingdom.
I love the match. I didn't need to see Zack Sabre Jr. and Ishii on here.
Yeah, as much as I love Ishii, I just...
And the reason but I don't know, I feel like if that match would have been longer, it could have been a lot better too. Like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, so next up we have Kushida, who's the champion, versus Ishimori for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Kushida's entrance was fucking awesome. It was so great. The mini Kushida comes out with the most realistic looking mask I've ever seen that was so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Dude, I looked at it, I was like, that looks fucked up, man.
That is the general consensus.
Like, I was listening to Alvarez afterwards, he's like, no one is going to go to sleep after watching this show and seeing that fucking man. It looks so real, dude.
Yeah, I need one.
And I don't know how they got the real Doc Brown to come out, but that was like the real Doc Brown, which was amazing. I don't know how they did that.
Fucking Taguchi,
they spent the money. But I was also expecting, when the show ended, I was expecting there to be a lot more really cool entrances. And from my understanding, in the past years, there have been.
Yeah.
There's normally a lot more really cool entrances. I was disappointed with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had. Maybe it was just time, too. Maybe they were trying to not have, like, extravagant long entrances. I don't know.
Dude, maybe that's why the Kenny's Quest got cut.
Could be. It's a good point. It's a good point.
It is all part of these time restrictions.
Bloody Cross by Ishimori reversed into the hoverboard lock, but Kushida couldn't lock it in all the way. Kushida hits Back to the Future, but instead of going for a pin, he tries for it again, which was kind of dumb of him. He can't get Back to the Future the second time. Ishimori hits the Bloody Cross, and then Ishimori wins by pinfall and becomes the new Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, it was a good match. I didn't really have anything noteworthy here.
At this point, I texted you and I said I felt like I overhyped this show for myself. All right. At this point, this is my maid. At this point, I texted you. I was like, "Yeah, I think I overhyped this show and kind of built it up too much." And you responded with, "You had the exact same thought."
Yeah.
That maybe, it's not their fault. We were just like, "This is our first Wrestle Kingdom. We've watched all this New Japan. The card looked absolutely fucking amazing. And quite frankly, if this show was another 1.5 hours longer, I think it would have been absolutely fucking insane." But the issue was that, I've liked every match up to this point.
Yeah.
I just thought they would be better matches. I mean, I didn't think any of them were even remotely bad. It's just like, dude, Ospreay and Ibushi, it should have been a 5-star match by far. You know what I'm saying? Like, on paper, most of these matches look fucking amazing, and they just weren't as good as I thought they'd be.
Yeah, I mean, how many other fucking shows do we see from New Japan where there's like two or three really good matches and it's not Wrestle Kingdom? So we finally get to our first Wrestle Kingdom and we're gonna be like, dude, this whole show is gonna be a fucking banger.
The whole show is gonna be like that tag match that we saw that was amazing. It's gonna be every match is gonna be great.
And I mean, fuck, it could have been. Who the fuck knows? I mean, I watched last year's New Japan a few months ago, and I thought that was fucking incredible. And I was like,
you watched Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah.
You watched the whole show?
Yeah, I don't think the whole show. I think I skipped some of the matches, but
so was it better than what you saw?
Dude, there was a 4-man. I think they had a 4-man tag for the junior heavyweight belt, and I'm like, dude, this seems like a really fucking cool tag.
One with Ospreay?
Yeah, it had Ospreay
Kushida.
and Marty in it, and Kushida. Yeah, it was. I forget who the other one was, but yeah, it was cool.
That's a shame.
But I was like, well, I'm not invested. Like, they came off as good matches, but I'm like, man, if I was invested on the fucking storylines in these two, it'd be really cool. Like, even like way cooler. And I don't know, like you said, like it just it didn't feel like it was there, and I think it definitely did not help that a lot of these matches were only like 8 to 11 minute matches.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Okada versus Jay White. The Rainmaker entrance is back along with Okada's trunks, which got quite a pop.
Dude, I sent you that video of that bar. Dude, there's this video online. Like, you need to find this. But it's a bunch of people in a bar watching Wrestle Kingdom, and they're all watching Okada come out. And as soon as he fucking removes his like warm up pants, and they see the shorts, the entire bar looks like it's like a fucking like. The home team town just won this fucking Super Bowl.
They all just like throw up their. They go nuts.
Home team town. Hometown team
Super Bowl.
The home team.
The Sherlock Holmes team.
The local sports club just won their championship.
The local baseball club. It was pretty impressive. There's gotta be so many. Dude, there's 40,000 people almost. There's gotta be so many hot Asian chicks in that crowd.
Yeah.
Okada hits his godlike Jesus Christ dropkick to White while he's sitting on the turnbuckle. His dropkick is God. Do you know no one has ever dropkicked like Okada? Ever?
I love this.
You know how upsetting it is when I watch these and all they do is talk about, like, did you see that? I'm like, shut up. It's a fucking dropkick. Fuck off, Okada. It's a dropkick. I don't care.
Dude, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about the shorts, but apparently, like, some Okada fans online. I've read this book, like it's come up a few times on like threads on Reddit and shit. But a lot of people seem to be superstitious with his fucking pants, and that his championship kind of like started like dwindling whenever he switched to his long pants. So, dude, if you're seeing him switch back to his shorts and you're like, oh shit, maybe they're gonna give him a push and push him back to his.
So it could have been a way to trick you for the match.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I don't know how much they read into shit like that, but I mean, if they did, it's good on them.
Good on them, mate.
Good on them.
Gato has the ref distracted, and White goes for a chair shot. Okada ducks and hits 2 Jesus Christ Superstar dropkicks in a row.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
2 in a row. Rainmaker reverse into a head-on suplex right on Okada's fucking head. He is lame, but he shouldn't be killed. Kiwi Crusher to Okada was really cool. Blade Runner reversed into a tombstone. Okay. The next few minutes until the finish of this match was fucking, like the last 3 minutes was fucking amazing. I mean this, and this, in my opinion, is the best finishing sequence to a match I've ever seen in my life. Dude, they did like probably at least 15 fucking moves in a row. They kept getting reversed back and forth, including reversing each other's finishers like 3 different times. Each finisher was fucking different. It was something unique, and I was just getting so fucking pumped watching this sequence. It was so fucking cool. And then eventually, the Rainmaker gets reversed into the Blade Runner, and Jay White wins by pinfall. I thought the ending of this match was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I definitely agree. I had the same note about the reversals to the finish of the match.
Oh, dude.
I didn't say it was the best ever, but I mean,
it was.
I mean, dude, it definitely rank up there in top 5.
I was like, dude, I was just watching like this is so great.
Dude, I remember the first time I fucking saw that fucking the Omega Okada match whenever I was sitting that fucking in the middle the what was it, the three fall match? Yeah, dude, I fucking loved all that shit.
I need to watch that match again.
Yeah, you might have a different stance on it.
Yeah,
because you were very you had a chip on your shoulder with Kenny because of how much Dave Meltzer praised him all the time.
Yeah. Okada still isn't. I mean, Okada's gotten no better since then.
But you know who has gotten better? It's fucking Jay White. Jay White's he's worked really good as a heel in matches, but like there's few matches where he's actually like had a good wrestling, like a great wrestling match, and I think he had a great wrestling match here, and I loved it.
If Okada came up with that entire finishing sequence, then he moves up points for me. Yeah. We'll never know, but
well, I mean, from what I've seen before, it seems to be him who always has the reversals of the finishes. Because how many fucking reversals between like Rainmakers and V triggers did you see whenever he fought Okada?
I have a V trigger note in the next match. Remind me, not the next one, but the one after it.
Shouldn't that be in your notes?
No.
I understand.
I can only take so many notes, Gable. For fuck's sake, you take like 3. Don't judge me, motherfucker.
It's like Twitter. Well, that's why I take so few, because I want to have room in case I have something else to say. I'm very picky about what notes I take.
But if I took the same amount you did, then our shows would be 40 minutes long to review.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. Naito won. This person won. This person won.
We did it.
All right. Next up, we have Naito versus Jericho, who is the champion, in a no disqualification Intercontinental Championship match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jericho comes out with this jacket on that has himself spray painted on the back, and is that supposed to be a parody of Hiromu to get at
I didn't even notice
Naito?
that. I didn't even notice that, dude.
Dude, no one said anything about that, and I've heard no one talk about it. But the first thing I thought of when I saw all the spray paint or paint on the back of his jacket, I'm like, Hiromu does the paint all over his fucking clothes all the fucking time.
Maybe. I mean, if it is, they should have pointed it out. I feel like if it was, Jericho would have said something to Kelly to make sure he pointed it out.
Yeah, I really wish that he did, and I wish that's what it was, and it was to get like under Naito's skin. Man, that would have been great.
That's not nice though. That's mean.
Okay, you can pick it up from here.
Naito gives Jericho a stalling pile driver on the entrance ramp that looked amazing, which I loved. Okay, so Naito faked Tranquilo. And then he goes for a dive.
Yeah.
But whenever he goes for the dive, he gets hit in the head with a kendo stick, which I thought was really cool because he made it look like he was going to do Tranquilo, but he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And he went to go do a dive, and then Jericho just whacked him in the head with a kendo stick. Which is
Fuck
cool.
Yeah.
How about the DDT that Naito took on the announcer's table where he was just straight up in the air? He took it very RVD-like.
Yeah, dude, I love like Jericho outside the ring during this match was great. He's standing on the fucking commentary tables. He's ringing the fucking bell.
Okay, this is my next note. So Callis being great. So Jericho rings the bell and Callis just goes, "It's over. Naito gave up." And then Kelly goes, "That didn't happen." It was so fucking.
Dude, their
funny.
chemistry's so great.
Yeah, they are great. Codebreaker reversing the tornado DDT. Gloria to Jericho. I really like the move Gloria. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Destino gets reversed into the walls of Jericho, but Naito gets a hold of the kendo stick and just starts beating Jericho with it while he's in the walls of Jericho to get out of it. Which is a pretty cool spot. And then when Naito gets the kendo stick, he starts doing some baseball swinging action with the kendo stick, which I thought was kind of cool. Fits with his character. He's always wearing the baseball cap. He's a huge baseball fan, which was cool. Jericho brings in about 10,000 chairs. And then he tries to powerbomb Naito onto them, but is reversed into a DDT to Jericho. And then Naito hits a code breaker. Did he? Yeah, I think he did. There was a lot of people doing other people's finishers in this show.
Yeah.
Which I noticed a lot. But then Jericho gets German suplexed onto the pile of chairs. And this dude's almost 50 years old. That looked fucking painful. Very painful. Jericho shoves Red Shoes, and then he low blows Naito and hits a code breaker. And this false finish got me. I thought it might have been over there when that happened.
Yeah.
Jericho goes into what's that?
I was gonna say I have the exact same note.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, you can butt in and be like, "Hey, I want to say one."
Yeah, I forgot I had that note because it was the only note I had left, and then you got to it, and you were about to move on. I'm like, oh, I need to throw it out there real quick.
I had a note, Dave.
I need to contribute.
I had a note. I said that too.
Yeah.
Jericho goes into the exposed turnbuckle, and then a Dustino on Jericho, but Jericho kicks out, which was another good false finish. IC belt to Jericho's head, and Dustino again. Naito wins by pinfall and is the new Intercontinental Champion, which means that every member of LIJ won the title tonight, except for the one that couldn't wrestle.
And every member of Bullet Club lost.
They did.
Yeah.
Did.
Or the Elite, I should say.
Almost. We're not to the last one yet, but you just ruined it for anyone that hasn't seen Wrestle Kingdom. They're listening to our podcast, Gable. So next up, we have our main event, Gable. Our main event. Kenny Omega.
The event.
The Tanahashi versus Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I was kind of disappointed. They didn't show all the previous champs like they usually do for the...
Dude, I noticed the same thing. I always like that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. That was a bummer.
Man.
I've said this before. Kenny is amazing at making you think that like he's not just being a character and he's real. He always kind of like pulls you. A little thing that happened in this one was very early on in the beginning when Kenny has Tanahashi up against the ropes and Tanahashi just fucking slaps Kenny. Kenny's facials and reactions seem so real, like he was legit pissed about it.
Yeah.
He's just so good at the character of making everything seem so real.
Yeah, dude, like... I mean, you mentioned to me because I thought that this was all... Oh, I mean, it still could be all a work because you mentioned this fucking tweet that Omega put out about American workers working harder.
Yeah. I don't know if it might have been an interview, whatever he said, but...
Yeah, dude, I mean, I've seen places report that like they legit don't like each other in real life. And then I've heard other places talk about it being a work. So, I mean... Dude, there's this blurred line between the fucking
I think it's somewhere in between.
And I really love it.
Yeah.
But there's this moment, you're talking about like these facial expressions. There's this moment where Tanahashi looked like he dropped the Rise of the Terminator that came from Kenny to the outside. Do you remember?
What was it?
Rise of the Terminator is whenever he jumps over and does his... Whoa.
Yeah.
But whenever Tanahashi's taking the bump, it looked like he like just didn't try to catch him, and they both fell down.
Oh, whenever like Kenny hit the side with selling his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he like started like limp with his foot, and like he grabbed his foot. I'm like, dude, did he just like for real hurt his foot? Because I remember a few months ago he
had the injury, the foot injury. Yeah, during the G1.
I thought maybe that's what it was. And I thought maybe he re-injured it, and then a few minutes later, Kenny does this drop kick. To the back of Tanahashi's head, that looked like it was a little rough.
Okada would have done it better,
but it looked like he would have made more. He looked like he made more contact than he should have, and it looked like he made this like I swear I could be wrong, and I may have misheard him. I didn't rewind it because I wasn't fucking around with the streaming service.
Yeah.
But I swear he says we can do it that way, implying that like, oh, you're gonna fucking drop me whenever we do that. I'm gonna give you a fucking bump here.
I wonder if any of this is shoot.
It may have been me reading way too much into it.
I feel like you were kind of watching it, like looking for stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I definitely was intensely looking for shit like that. Let's see. The Kenny getting that knee injury. And then being not pinned, but like pushed up in the corner, and Tanahashi does that twist and shout. That was a real good setup on their part.
The twist and shout, or
the twist and shout. Well, the whole thing.
The dragon screw.
Is that what it was? Why did I say twist and shout? No, I meant dragon screw.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You did it. Thank you.
I did something.
Which one's the twist and shout?
Twist and shout is I don't remember.
Man, neither do I.
I think it's when he kind of has his head like in a DDT and they both do like a swing.
Yeah.
I think it's that.
No, I definitely went Dragon Strike. I don't know why the fuck.
Dude, that looked really good. I know exactly what spot you're talking about. How about whenever Omega just slammed Tanahashi over the guardrail onto the edge? I've noticed Omega does that a lot. Like, he'll do moves like slams and like suplex stuff, and he'll just kind of do it right over the guardrail onto the table, as opposed to setting them up on the table. There's some great storytelling with their differing philosophies. Whenever Omega set up the table and Tanahashi purposely didn't use it.
Yeah,
that was really well done. And there's a callback to that later.
Just do it now. Yeah,
later, Tanahashi goes out there and he decides to use the table in a very hypocritical move because he's saying how it's against his philosophy. He puts Omega on the table and goes for the high fly flow, and then Omega moves and Tanahashi just crushes the table and goes right through it. And maybe an almost poetic thing that's like, hey, you didn't follow your philosophy and look what happened.
Yeah, he put his not morals, but his... I guess morals,
his beliefs or whatever.
He completely sacrificed his morals to try to win the match, and it totally came back to haunt him.
Yep.
I definitely think the table payoff was excellent and well done.
I completely agree. Very well done, and it looked so good.
I was just about to say, dude, he ate shit.
He did. Tanahashi hit a Styles Clash at some point, which was cool to see. I love when people do the Styles Clash, and he's not in the company. It makes me so happy.
Dude, real fitting, because what was it? Well, it wasn't at New Year's Dash, but it was right around that time that fucking AJ Styles gets kicked out of the Bullet Club by Kenny Omega. Yep. So justice done there for AJ Styles.
How about the spot where fucking Tanahashi goes for the high fly flow? And Omega gets his knees up at literally the last possible fucking split microsecond. Dude. It was so close.
He really waited.
Yeah. There was an awesome spot where Omega did like 2 hard power bombs to talk. He just seemed so pissed when he was doing it. He gave Tanahashi like 2 power bombs and tried to pin him, and then he picked him up for a third one and just fucking powered him up for a sit down power bomb. Omega is so strong. I just want to lick his biceps. I fucked up. After Tanahashi's no-selling of several different suplexes throughout the match, Kenny hits a high fly flow on, and Tanahashi kicks out at 1 and then gets right up, which I thought was kind of dumb. I thought that he did a little too much no-selling in the match. I don't mind no-selling whenever someone does a move to someone and then they bounce up and do something else and then they go down and sell it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because they had a spurt of energy and then they sold it afterwards because they were hurt. But whenever someone just does a move and they're just like, fine, I'm like, well, then why does it hurt sometimes and sometimes it doesn't?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
Adrenaline.
It just annoys.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah, and I guess. I mean, once in a match too, but he did it a bunch of times, and I was like,
This is the stuff that Kelly normally covers up on. He can't get it all though.
He can't do everything. He's only one man. One wing angel reversed into a reverse Hurricane Rana. 2 high fly flows, but Kenny kicks out. Omega hits a dragon suplex with both guys standing on the top rope. Thank God Tanahashi just rotated and flipped all the way and landed on his face instead of his fucking head. Because that dragon suplex, you're supposed to land right on the back of your fucking head. He did that from the top, he would die. A one-winged angel reversed again. Tanahashi hits the high fly flow again. Tanahashi wins by pinfall and is the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And I didn't even think of this until listening to Alvarez talk about it, but Omega didn't do the one-wing angel and have Tanahashi kick out.
Yeah.
Which, was a spot that, everyone, assumed he was saving for something big, and they thought it might be in this match. I didn't even think about that.
Maybe he'll come up somewhere else. Speaking of one-winged angels, though, how about the fucking his entrance costume? He came in looking like Loki or something from Dogma.
Yeah, he had the one-winged angel on.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wing. Yeah, it was cool.
And Kenny's quest was all. We mentioned that it got cut, but maybe that's we definitely did get to see some of it on the big screen there. A little vignette of it.
The Bucks came out with him, which was cool.
Dude, if you guys don't know what we're talking about for Kenny's quest, I really recommend it. I really liked it a lot. It's just being the elite.
It's on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on their YouTube channel. It was originally. Kenny said it says on there it was supposed to be played before his entrance at Wrestle Kingdom, but due to
circumstances beyond his control, it could not be played, so he's going to give it to us there.
Yeah. It's just a cool little video of a video game-esque telling of the Tanahashi versus Omega story.
Yeah, it was really well done. I liked it. So overall, I feel like we're pretty much on the same page where The matches were too short. We expected more. We thought it'd be better. Okay, an issue I have with this is everything I've listened to since then is like people saying how great the show was, and then people just like giving fucking excuses as to why the show wasn't like blow away better. Like everyone mentions how like some of the matches were short. But they're not like, oh, well, what do you expect? You know what I mean? You have all these matches. You know, you had to give time. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be short. Or like, oh, the three-way junior heavyweight was right after the Ibushi Ospreay match, so of course it's not going to be as good, and you might as well cut time from that one. Well, how about you just say that the matches should have been fucking longer then, and they would have been better? Like, it was just like, all these reviews I listened to, is people just kind of like making excuses as to why it was what it was, and not saying like,
it should have done
this.
Yeah,
and like, because I initially thought our disappointment was just because we overhyped it ourselves, and it was our fault. But listening to the reviews, that's not the case. But the show was definitely great. It's better than anything WWE's done that I watched. Yeah. It was a great show. It's just like we talked about earlier, not going to be redundant, bring it up and mention it again, but just thought it would be better, but it was still a great show.
I mean, if you think about it, like, each of these belts did have like a really good match to them. It just wasn't. Yeah, I mean, never mind. We're just recycling.
Yeah,
or not recycling. Reiterating.
We're being redundant here. I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to fuck you.
Trying to.
I paused it so we can. We're gonna save this and we can do something. We're gonna do some New Year's Dash. That'll be good.
Oh,
we did it. Okay,
come on over here.
We're here. We're here.
Now what?
We never left.
What do we do?
There was no interlude or anything, was there? You know what we should talk about now? New Year's Bash, as you call it. I thought it was New Year's Bash. No, Gable, it's New Year's Dash. Remember that?
No. So let's see. We got some wrestling going on here on day 2 of Wrestle Kingdom.
What?
This is day 2.
You're confused.
This is also part of Wrestle Kingdom. They call it New Year's Dash, but it's Wrestle Kingdom day 2, really. So first match of the night, we have Roppongi 3K versus Suzuki-gun.
Roppongi 3K and Rocky. See, I say and Rocky Romero because isn't Roppongi 3K really just the 2? I was confused when I was putting this on there. I was like, is that really the 3 or the 2? I don't know. That's irrelevant. Suzuki-gun consists of Killer Elite Squad and Ichika.
I like Killer Elite Squad.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a fan. I'm also a fan of Rocky, and I thought he was getting a push, but you don't get a push whenever you're in the opening show against Iizuka, or opening match against Iizuka.
Nothing wrong with some Iizuka in my life.
I mean, I like Iizuka as much as the next guy, but I don't see him main eventing anytime soon. He's getting a little, whatever. Another dude I want to see in fucking singles matches is Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Well, I like Archer too.
He just signed with MLW, right? Davey Boy Smith.
Yep.
I'm gonna tune in. I think February 2nd he has a show with them. They're doing that whole Heart Foundation thing.
The 2nd of February?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think early February. Yeah, I want to see the dude do some wrestling.
There's something I said on the show. I don't remember. It's really pissing me off. I can't remember this. Whatever. Show and you'll go for a double suplex on Davey Boy, but he reverses it and suplexes both of them at the same time because he's a strong motherfucker. That fucker is strong.
That's the end of the match, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I think he did it in the wrong direction. I think he was supposed to do it in another direction because then he went for like a tag immediately after, and he was like, "Where the fuck is everyone?" And I think that was like a legit fuck up.
You think so?
I think
could see
so.
that.
I mean, what benefit would it be to be in a like accidental fuck up?
I mean, I've seen them do that on purpose.
Really?
But normally when they do that, it's because they're out of it. And they're like calling to the wrong corner because they're like fucked up, don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
he didn't seem like he was out of it at all.
Yeah,
he wasn't like beat down or anything a lot before that.
He just immediately got up and went over to the other corner, and it looked like really like awkward.
Kelly mentioned it too.
It was like a walk of shame over there.
Walk of shame.
There's another fuck up at the end of this show that got called out on, and it was really funny. I think you probably know what I'm talking about when we get there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, dude, we had juniors going up against heavyweights. Who the fuck booked this match? What happened here?
Good thing we have a division, right?
Yeah.
I guess the division's irrelevant in 6-man tags. That doesn't make any sense, though.
I mean, Rocky's not a heavyweight, right?
I wouldn't think so. He sure doesn't look like one.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess, like, really the divisions are so, like, people are fairly fighting for a title.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
this
I
wasn't
mean?
for a title, so who the
Yeah.
fuck cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was whenever you see a bunch of juniors going up against a bunch of heavies, you're expecting the juniors to get beat down on, and well, I mean, they pulled off the upset.
They did.
They were booked to pull off an upset here.
Yo rolled up Ichka after he goes on a chomp fest, and then Chaos won by pinfall.
Yeah. Next up, we got Huge and Chase versus Hamna and Hanare.
I got a lot to say about this. First of all, the legendary
boy.
Muffin Ass Baby. So yummy.
Yeah, she was here. We got another secondary appearance by Peter. Do you remember whenever Peter was on BTE?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
The one with Kenny, right?
Yeah, Kenny introduced her.
Yeah.
Do you think that's whenever Bad Luck met her? Because like why would she be sitting with him and not Bad Luck?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, she's been with the Tokyo Pimp forever, and they've been in the Bullet Club together a long time.
Yeah.
But Kelly brought up the issue from the night before with Paige, Owens, and Yujiro.
I didn't even notice.
Which was excellent. He brought that up.
Yeah,
and he also, Kelly is amazing. He also says that the Chase and Yujiro never really stood with the Elite and were also excommunicated from the Bullet Club, so he doesn't know where they stand. But I actually put a note in the middle of this, and it's funny because you said something about this earlier, but as he says this, that they were excommunicated from the Bullet Club, I'm like, well, they're still wearing Bullet Club gear, and they did the 2 Sweet that you mentioned they did.
Yeah.
I had a note of that, too.
Yeah, so you mentioned to me that they were doing 2 Sweets, but like, because that was my big point about being excited that I called this shit.
You did call it.
From them doing the 2 Sweet, and you're like, well, they were doing two Sweets before that, to be fair. But like, whenever you do it while you're pitting someone, it's really a fucking big exclamation point to like where you fucking stand.
Did you see who else did a 2 Sweet in this?
Your mom.
I'm on this. Peter slapped. Remember when Peter slapped Toa, and then she 2 Sweeted Owens on the outside with her hot ass sticking out at the same time.
Yeah,
I let her slap me. This is the first time I really remember her getting physically involved since we started watching. Like, actually,
I didn't even notice this happen.
Yeah.
I missed this.
You were too busy staring at her ass, you pervert.
I hate you.
Owen hits a devastating looking package pile driver. I love the package pile driver he does. Looks so cool.
How about Chase mocking Hamna? That was funny.
Yeah. It wasn't as funny as when Tama did it, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything. Yeah, no, that's it. You finish up here.
So you saw this match and you're like, dude, something's going down.
Dude, I was like, it's something. I didn't think it was gonna happen tonight or that night, but I definitely I was like, yeah, this is building to something here.
Well, Owens and Yujiro won by pinfall, and then we got to see that muffin ass walk away. Kelly again mentions at the end Owens and Yujiro not liking Skrull and Paige now, so they definitely aren't with them anymore. But then I have a note saying, so what will they do about them in the Bullet Club? And my thing is, like, as I'm watching this for the past couple months, I'm like, I'm living in fear that they won't do something with the story.
Yeah.
And as I'm watching things, I'm like, please just do something with the storyline. And I'm getting excited, like, come on, please do something with the storyline.
Don't forget that it happened.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next up we have the Best Friends versus Finjuice.
Well, wait.
Whoa.
During that match, we got a tease from Kevin Kelly. Where are my notes? A tease from Kevin Kelly mentioning a Hanare versus Hamna match.
Oh, that's right. They did mention that.
Super exciting.
Oh, dude, that's why I have a note about
That's
it.
going to be Wrestle Kingdom 14.
Main event.
Main event.
Omega's going to be like, I shouldn't have left because now they're upstaging me.
No, I mean, they're both good wrestlers.
Can you imagine Honma just like hitting his head and falling for fucking 39 minutes straight?
I just imagine him falling once, but like the build up for him hitting his head is just for like 20 minutes. He's just standing there hitting his head, and then RA's just like, I don't got to do shit. He's hitting himself.
Dude, Honma is incapable of a build up. Like every match he comes into, within 14 seconons he goes for his fucking finisher.
You're right.
I'm like, what are you doing, dude? It just started. He does it every time,
dude. Like I don't know what his gimmick is. It's really weird, man.
I think we need to watch a Honma match from before his injury to see if it's different. Why are you laughing? I'm serious. Like, I wonder if he always moved like that. Yeah. He moves like so stiff and weird. Like, do you think he always like acted like retarded like before his injury? Like that was his gimmick? He's like Eugene from WWF.
That was WWE.
Yeah, okay.
Eugene
whatever.
was on the games I used to have.
Okay, I don't know why you're gonna make me look dumb.
Because I have limited knowledge about the WWE.
I'll just start introducing you as Gable the Historian is what I'm going to do from now on. Fucking prick.
I have limited knowledge on the WWE, so when I get something right, I'm really excited. Like, when I know, I'm like, I know that. I know who Eugene is.
I'm proud of you. Oh no, my gum was in the lid. Aww. Sweet.
Too sweet.
You got anything else, or are we going to move on to Best Friends versus Finn Juice?
I just wanted to talk about that.
Dude, there's so many Japanese ring rats. I want some. So Pulp Friction gets reversed. Shotgun Need a Juice by Beretta. That's an overall note there, it seems.
Yeah.
Finley gets the tag and knocks Chucky T off the apron. And then Chucky T brings in a chair and whacks Finley. Finn Juice wins by DQ. So they brought back the insane Chucky T tonight, in which Beretta is trying to stop him and trying to get him to leave. But then Chucky gives Finley that awesome power driver. I love his power driver. It's so fast. Like, he fucking grabs him and drops him so fast. That awesome power driver run into a chair. Then Beretta just gets pissed off and leaves. You have a note, though. Come on, what are you going to say?
Dude, I've been trying to figure out, like, why am I, like, I like Juice.
Okay.
I do. I don't hate him like you
sucks.
do.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Juice, but
I think the issue is that Juice is holding back Finley, I think is what the problem is. Now, what were you going to say?
I like Juice, but there's just, like, something that, I can't get fucking... I can't fucking get him to, like, be, like, a J... Like... The goal is probably to get him to like a Jay White or Omega status. I mean, not obviously it's gonna be hard to get Omega status, but
yeah.
Or at least like a Jay White status where he could be going for like a title shot for the heavyweight thing, belt
strap.
Yeah, but like in my head, I'm like he's not there. Like this dude does not. He's not ready for a fucking heavyweight title shot. And I think it's because he keeps fucking tag teaming with like David Finlay, and like just like they're like the pin eaters. They just take pins and fucking like 8-man tags all fucking day long, and they can't get fucking over. They need to get him away from fucking David Finlay.
Well, the U.S. title should be a stepping stone to the main event. So like Omega had it, White had it, he has it now. Cody kind of had it like as a transitional champ, but like. I mean, they should be giving him a big push. Let's see what they do with it. Yeah. But, I mean, I just think it's because he sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he sucks. I think...
he doesn't suck, he's just annoying.
Yeah, I definitely think he's annoying, and I definitely can see why someone wouldn't like him. But I want to like him. There's, like, something, like... His characters...
fans love him.
In my mind, like, his character is, like...
Go on.
Different from... And he, like... He can, his promos are so, they seem passionate, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what to say here.
So you thought we were gonna finally see Chucky T turn on
Beretta?
What's
it say?
Beretta.
Yeah, we did not get that.
Slow burn.
Did not get that.
All right, next up we have Kushida, Yuji Nagata, and Jeff Cobb versus...
I thought this would be the payoff since it's that night everyone fucking talks about where everything big fucking happens. Yeah. And Kevin Kelly's talking about how something big happens every year at New Year Dash. And then what's the biggest thing that we got to happen?
We'll see. Hold on, we're not there yet.
I don't think anything big even happened.
No, wrong. So Kushida, Yuji Nagata, and Jeff Cobb versus Will Ospreay, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii. The commentators talk about Goto wanting to take on Cobb, so it sounds like that's going to be their next program. Cobb and Goto. There's a cool spot where Ospreay goes for an Os cutter, and Cobb pushes Kushida out of the way and catches Ospreay. Then hits that super truly throw slam thing that I named it, but I forgot what I named it. I think I'm going to call it the Aloha Slam now. He hit the Aloha Slam on Ospreay. Back to the Future by Kushida gets reversed into a stunner by Ospreay.
I'm sorry, I got distracted because I think I moved on. I'm looking at a fuck up in my notes. Where are you at?
Ospreay hits a corkscrew, flippy floppy, crazy flip to Kushida off of Ishii's back.
Did this stuff happen? Where am I at here? Did that happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mentioned that one. That was really cool.
Sorry.
That I just did the next one too.
Okay.
Where the flippy floppy crazy flip that he
the
did.
Flippy flip flop.
Yeah, he did it off of Ishii's back where he's just on his hands and knees. What makes it super duper impressive? He did like 60 rotations and he had like this much space because he's not coming off the top rope, right?
Yeah,
he's coming just off Ishii, who's like 2 feet off the ground at that. So it's very impressive. Ospreay hit a hook kick to Kushida, followed by a Stormbreaker, and then Chaos won by pinfall.
And then post match we get some pushing and shoving between Nagata and Ishii.
Some pushing and shoving.
And Cobb and Goto. No Kushida and Ospreay. They had their match fucking when we first started watching. It was one of the first matches we watched was Kushida and Ospreay at like Wrestling Dontaku.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that what it was? Wrestling Dontaku?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that was one of the first ones, man.
Yeah.
It was like 16 years ago.
It was I remember it being a killer match too. And plus, we're not getting much of Kushida anymore.
Yeah, he's
coming up soon here.
He's got some things.
I think he
did.
I saw somewhere he said he is staying till like the end of the month though.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, dude, Nagata, like, ever since he started, whenever he came back or whatever, wherever the fuck he was, because we didn't see much of him when we started.
No.
And it's just all of a sudden he's there all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I think him going up against Ishii is going to be a good way to bring him back if they're giving him, like, a minor push. Because Ishii is really fucking hot. And
he's really good, too.
Yeah. Let's see, Cobb and Goto, I mean, that's just fucking a banger sound like it's waiting to happen. A banger. You don't like this banger phrase, I bet.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like, that could be a good match.
No, the phrase banger, I was saying you don't like.
I don't mind it. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to, like, fuck someone?
This sounds like it's going to be a banger.
You're going to bang her?
Yeah. Oh, you thought I was being sarcastic when I said it. Okay, yeah. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for this match.
Good.
If they do it.
I think they will.
They've teased matches before, and they just kind of like go a different direction with someone. Like with Ishii, I feel like there were a few people we saw him teased with, and we never saw a follow up.
There was a lot during the G1.
Yeah, that's the thing though. They're yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, next up we got
boy.
Taguchi, Yano, and Makabe versus Gorillas of Destiny and Ishimori for the IWGP Never Openweight Championship.
Right. Go ahead and do like the whole match up until the finish.
Okay. I kind of wish Yano would go away. I would not miss him. Tama purposely didn't throw Yano into the exposed turnbuckle. He really is a good guy.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. Kelly mentioned something about a Bullet Club block party. I noted I got to look into this. My next note is I looked into it and bought tickets. So
that was good. That was quick.
Yeah, it sure was. Pause really helped me out there. Jado with the kendo stick to Taguchi. Yano hits Loa in the head with a chair when the ref wasn't looking. Makabe goes for the pin and Ishimori pulls the ref out.
Yeah.
And then Owens.
There it is.
And Yujiro.
I called.
You were waiting for it.
This shit.
You were like, come on out, guys. Were you like, come on out, boys?
Yeah.
Were you doing like Cody?
There it is.
Were you like,
there
come on out, boys?
Calling the bear out.
Owens and Yujiro come down, and Owens gives Makabe the package pile driver. At this point, I'm yelling in joy and giggling like a schoolgirl. Loa hits ape shit.
Ape shit.
Ape Shit. What a
Ape
great
Shit.
name. Bullet Club by pinfall and still the champs. Owens and Yujiro then get in the ring and hug Tama, and they all do the Too Sweet. Okay, now let me take a moment to suck some New Japan cock here and just say that right now, at that moment as I'm watching this, New Japan is the greatest wrestling promotion that has ever existed.
Yeah.
Now, do you realize this is the only angle I can think of since we started watching where I was like, dude, they haven't resolved this. Are they going to not do something with this? And fucking bam.
Yeah.
Gato is God. Like, dude, like, I was so worried about it. And Gato was like, dude, don't worry about it, Dave. I got this. I got something brewing for you.
Dave,
here,
just
bud.
breathe with the switchblade.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'll be dead. I'll be dead.
That's all you have to do is breathe with the switchblade.
Dude, I really like Owens and Yujiro a lot, too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're in the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great. It made me so happy. Gable's just sitting there like, I knew this was happening. When's it going to be over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't have seen them going anywhere else. Like Suzuki Gun, no. Fucking LIJ, no.
I didn't either, but I just thought they were going to sit there in limbo, and my fear was that they would do nothing.
Yeah, they would just kind of WWE and just kind of brush
That's
it aside.
exactly what it WWE does that shit all the fucking time.
Like, oh, we're done with the
All the
storyline, so instead of concluding it, we're just going to
let's
move
just
on.
move on. People will forget. Whatever. All right. You got anything else to say about that one?
That one, no. All I had was I called this shit. That was my only note.
Shite.
Shite.
Next up, we have Naito, Bushi, Takagi, Evil, and Sonata versus Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., El Desperado, Kanemaru, and Taichi in a 10-man tag. Now, this starts off with Taichi just breaks a fucking chair over Naito's head before the bell. Then all 10 men just go fucking brawling for like half the match.
Yeah, see, okay. I like tag teams. They're good.
This was too much for you.
And I can do this the 6-man. I've adapted to
what
the
about an
6-man. 8-man,
case by case basis.
It's a case by case basis.
Yeah.
I cannot do a 10-man match. Dude, I cannot tell you how many times that someone popped in the ring and got tagged in. And I'm like, I forgot they were even like in this match at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is Sonata there? Oh, that's right, because he's part of the match. Oh, why is Bushi there? Oh, that's right, he was already in earlier. He's also part of that. I got so fucking like. Is this me just like having a small brain?
It's not that you have a small brain. It's
small
just
attention span.
You have the normal sized brain, just like a small amount of it works.
Yeah.
Is that funny? I was just kidding. I was just joking.
You're not wrong.
No, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I've also been watching wrestling for fucking 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, are the 10-man tags normal?
I mean, I've seen 10-man tags before.
Yeah.
But normally with 10-man tags, they're more so just on the apron. I mean, this was definitely a situation where like people are all over the place. But now, did you notice a spot in the corner where Naito slipped from the top rope onto the second rope?
I noticed nothing. There's too much going on.
Okay, well, now I'm going to skip over all these notes because you don't even know what I'm talking about. So.
Yeah, I mean, you tell them about it. Was there anything that stood out that was cool?
Well, here's the thing. So there's a spot where Taichi's sitting on the top turnbuckle, okay? Naito is climbing up. As he gets to the top rope, his foot slips and he kind of falls. And he lands on the second rope. And I'm watching, and I'm like, I don't know if this was on purpose or if it was an accident. Because if it was an accident, they did an amazing job of recovering because they flowed with the next move and Taichi just reversed it and it looked great. If it was on purpose, it looked amazingly real. Yeah. And it made sense he got out. So either way, they both were really awesome because they either recovered very well or they played a great spot. It was really cool. But Taichi goes for a belt shot with the ref distracted, and he fucking nails Naito with it. I was waiting for Naito to duck, and he didn't. And then Taichi fucking hits Mephisto. He hits Black Mephisto, and Suzuki Gun wins by pinfall.
What's a Mephisto?
The Black Mephisto is his finishing move.
Right.
It's kind of like he picks him up. You know the move that Okada does, I think? Where it's Okada or Omega, where he picks him up and he kind of has them on the side and their head's there, and he slams him down onto his knee and he kind of falls. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that, but he kind of lands on the mat with it. It's a move.
It's a move. Cool.
So I thought they did an amazing job in this from the start, making Taichi seem really badass, as a badass threat. Like, he attacked Naito in the beginning.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what was happening, but outside the ring, he was beating his ass in the crowd and stuff. And then, for me, it was a real holy shit moment that he fucking pinned the new IC champ. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It shocked me. I I liked how, at least how, when following the match, like broadcasting wise, they kind of bookended it with it starting with Tai Chi attacking Naito,
Exactly, yeah.
with Tai Chi pinning Naito. I love the symmetry in the match, or the broadcasting of it, because I mean, realistically, I'm sure they were fighting the whole time, but
yeah.
But I mean, it definitely has me excited for a singles bout between Tai Chi and Naito.
Dude, people hate
really
Tai
awesome.
Chi, and I don't know why.
Dude,
hate him.
When I read on fucking on Reddit loves Tai Chi.
Really?
Reddit loves Tai Chi.
Like when I listen to Wrestling Observer, all 3 or 4 guys on there hate him. I'm like, I don't understand. They were all like, great, we're getting it. They go, you're telling me Naito's first program's gonna be with Tai Chi? I'm like, why not?
I don't see an issue with Tai Chi.
I don't see an issue either, but whatever.
He has a hot Asian manager, or whatever the fuck you call it. What's a? She's not managing.
Asian street meat.
No, the escort, is that what it is?
Oh yeah. A valet.
Valet, yeah.
Did you notice Tai Chi's pants did not come off in this match? Remember before you were mentioning how like they come off every match, so you know it's not going to be over.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Afterwards I was like, his pants are still on. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean maybe like there was just so much going on because there were 9 other people.
He forgot. Or maybe he didn't want his pants to get lost in the shuffle and have to buy new ones. That could be what it was.
Or like if they end up on the floor, like all the fighting might like get them like stepped on and torn and dirty.
You have to wash them.
The problem, yeah.
Like
the other thing that I didn't get any of this from this match, but I really still want them to do like a really well booked and well set up mask versus mask match.
When I saw the word mask in your notes, I was like, I want to see a mask versus mask match. But yeah, me too, man.
I want to also not have to say that a mask versus mask match.
You're not good at it.
No, mask versus mask match.
Whenever we review that match that eventually happens, and you're reviewing the whole thing,
it's gonna be a rough time.
You have to say mask versus mask match.
Bushi versus Desperado.
Suzuki-gun left them all laying, too. They really made Suzuki... Like, LIJ may have won every title the night before, but they sure paid for it tonight. They all got left laying. Suzuki-gun looked really strong.
Yeah, I like Suzuki-gun, but I don't feel like they're not a group that's going to draw in the subscriptions, if you know what I mean.
To me, the factions that matter are LIJ and Bullet Club.
Yeah, I mean, those are the people that who like you're gonna go to buy T-shirts for, because you fucking love them.
No one cares about a Chaos T-shirt.
But like, I don't know, like,
is there a Suzuki-gun T-shirt? There's gotta be.
Well, here's the thing: it's fucking New Japan, so
we can't get them.
Yeah,
it's a true story. Good point.
I mean, they can, but like they're very limited. You're not gonna get as like all the different like designs. You get like the one design they come out with like every 4 months. For Suzuki-gun or Makabe and shit.
Makabe.
Dude, he's another dude. There's a bunch of those dudes in New Japan who don't get T-shirts very often, and the only T-shirts they have are, well, I mean, maybe like somewhere in Japan there's a website. Maybe there's another website that fucking sells them. But I don't see like Goto shirts. When you mean
on Pro Wrestling Tees?
Yeah.
Well, they're all in New Japan store that we can't buy from. There's so much merchandise that we can't get.
Really,
dude, all the shirts that fucking the cool LIJ shirts that they wear, like the fucking Soul Calibur ones and shit, like the one that Naito actually wears to the ring is not on Pro Wrestling Tees, and the only place you can order it's from New Japan store, which it only ships to the Japan. It doesn't ship to the US.
Huh?
It's very upsetting because I was trying to figure out how to get that fucking shirt when I was going to buy all them shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Is it the one that says like Valen something or it starts with a V?
Maybe. Yeah, it's the one that has all the stuff written on the back and has each member's name, and it has there's like almost all the cool LIJ shirts are not on Pro Wrestling Tees. There's like Okada, a lot of those shirts we can't get, and it fucking sucks. It's very upsetting. Yeah. All right, so next up we have the main event: Yoshihashi, Okada, Tanahashi versus Jay White, Bad Luck Fale, and Gato.
Okay, immediately I notice whenever Jay comes out, he has this green hair, right?
Did he have that the night before?
I don't know.
Because I noticed it this night, too.
It's kind of darker, so it's hard to tell with his dark hair.
And it's mostly the end, right?
But, yeah, and then That's what it is. It's like the bottom tips of the hair, like the last 3 inches of the long hair.
Yeah.
And then Tanahashi comes out, and he has the red hair. Funny. I'm like, are they doing? I think this is like a subtle like hint at like a feud. Like there's aesthetic like parallels between the two wrestlers.
It's funny you say, because I don't have a note about this, but when I saw his green hair, when I noticed it was when I noticed I was like, Tanahashi has the red hair too. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it's to have like whenever they're like together, like
fight, a couple.
Like, no, whenever they're fighting each other during this match, whenever they're matched up and whatnot. Like your eyes are really fucking drawn to them. Like you're really paying attention to what's going on because there's a lot of fucking color going on.
Well, at the least, they should have them kind of put them together like an Avatar, where they like fucking with the horses and they take their like tails and put them on their hair, and it like joins into one person.
I'm like, where the fuck is he going with this? What?
At least they should have him do that.
Shit. Holy shit.
So there's a Blade Runner on Tana. I think most of your notes are just kind of overall, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a point during the match.
That one made me laugh, your note.
What?
Your second note made me laugh.
Dude, is there like ever like a point where the tag rope is used properly?
I've noticed people holding it sometimes, and then I'm like, I wonder if I'm noticing it because it's sitting out because no one ever does it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, I like sometimes, like, the only time I notice it is if like someone's holding it and Kelly says something about it, and like they're really reaching for the fucking tag while holding the rope, and they want to make it a point that they're holding the thing, and I'm like, dude, like, I never noticed people using that. Like, are you supposed to use it, or is it like a rule that you have to be holding it when you're tagged in?
Yeah, that's a rule.
Okay, I don't.
The whole point of it is that like you have to be in your corner. And that keeps you from being too far away from your corner. So you're legally supposed to be holding the rope when you tag.
Right,
what we should do is, the first tag match on the next show we watch, we should make a mental note to see if people are holding that tag rope.
I'm telling you, they're not going to be. And I mean, I'll eat shit if I'm wrong. But
no, you won't.
You're right. I could be wrong. I don't fucking know.
But you're not going to eat shit.
Yeah. What the fuck was it? But I thought, like, instead of having that be a rule, you just tell me that's a way for the wrestler to sign to the guy who's in. They're like, hey, get me in. Come on, I want in.
Yeah.
But then again, you could just yell, hey, come on and tag me.
I wasn't going to say it, but I thought it.
But, I mean, that's the only thing that can, like make me, like,
that's what it's supposed to be. The point of it is supposed to be because, technically, if someone's in the other corner, like, what's stopping them from walking over and tagging?
Yeah,
the rope is supposed to keep them in the corner.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I don't fucking, fuck that rope. And then, what Okada broke it, or it was just hanging off, it was just sitting there, and Okada was just holding it. And then as soon as he gets tagged, then he just throws up the rope, and Kelly's like, there goes the rope.
You mean it was broken off the corner?
Yeah, it wasn't actually there.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice that.
Well, I mean, it was there, but it wasn't, like, connected.
It was just sitting there?
Yeah. Like, it fell off or something.
He's still holding it. He's like, I got the rope.
He's holding it. He's shaking it.
He's going to be holding the rope in the entrance ramp. This is a legal tag,
Maybe I imagined this. I don't know.
I mean, it probably happened.
I was hoping you noticed.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I did notice a Blade Runner on Tanahashi that got reversed into a twist and shout.
Yeah. Twist and shout.
That I don't quite remember what it is.
Shake it up, David, now.
Yoshihashi hits a Fisherman Buster / kind of a jackhammer move. The White kicked out, which was a good false finish.
That's the twist and shout 2.
It's called like the twist and shout number 2, not like
that's
also.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. Karma gets reversed into a head and arm suplex to Hashi by White. Blade Runner to Yoshihashi. Bullet Club wins by pinfall.
Yeah. Then after the match, we have Jay White summon Tanahashi back into the ring.
And before he comes in the ring, he had a great line where he goes, "Oh man, you can barely fucking walk."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh boy, harsh."
I'm like, man, if this fucking swearing on the fucking mic is a problem, then he's gonna get fucking bitched at.
Yep.
Dude, really fucking funny. The fuck up I was talking about.
I didn't catch this.
Is when Tana's getting like stepping under the rope. I'm watching him. I don't know why I was paying attention to like how he was holding the belt because it always like it always fascinates me how they hold the belt, because isn't the belt like 50 pounds or shit?
It's supposed to be heavy.
It's supposedly really heavy, and they just hold it so comfortably. And I'm watching it, I'm like, how's the strap not just like accidentally fall down or something? And I'm paying attention. I'm like, how's he gonna duck under this rope? And as he's ducking under the rope, I see the smaller plate on there get caught on the rope. And he gets snagged, and he's pulling himself. And Jay White calls him out. And he's like, "Yeah, if you can even get fucking in the ring, come on, get in."
I didn't even catch this.
It's really fucking. I'm gonna pull it up as soon as
I must have been right. I must have been typing a note I must have been typing my note about the old man line when that was happening.
It was really fucking funny.
Oh, that's funny. I'm so sad I missed that.
And yeah, that's all I really had. But I had a side thought, something that would be like put in the category of all the fucking side Kevin Smith type dialogue that goes on inside the movies is, so like these dudes are laying there, like they get knocked out by Jay White and the Bullet Club and shit, and they're knocked out, right?
Yeah. And
they're just laying in the middle of the ring, and Jay White starts cutting a promo. Like what's going through your brain while you're just laying there? Someone's cutting a promo on top of you. You're just laying there for like 5 minutes while dude's cutting a promo and you're knocked out.
You're like, man, what am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to eat when I leave?
And you're just laying there pretending to sleep. Like, hey, I can't wait to hit the shower. That's going to be great.
What if you try to give yourself a boner? You're just sitting there trying to think of chicks.
Oh,
maybe they're sitting there thinking about spots for matches later. They're like, man, what would be a cool spot?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tanahashi came in and he got jumped. Okada comes in, who also gets jumped by Bullet Club. Blade Runner to Tanahashi, they just leave him laying. And then White also cut a great promo backstage. He's really good. White is really good. I was going to save all the news for the AEW, but why don't we go over a couple of things I have that are for the next tour?
Because I want to go home.
Too bad.
Yeah.
What?
All right, let's go.
All right, then.
Bring it on.
I would like to say what's coming next for New Japan, Gable, on our New Japan review. You dumb bitch.
I was giving you a hard time.
You mean like Dusty?
Yeah.
Hard times?
All right, let's go home on this podcast.
What does that mean?
Well, that's a wrestling term, Dave.
Go home. No, it's not.
Yeah, it means to end the show.
I think you're making that up. So on the New Beginning show on February 3rd, that's their next tour is New Beginning. We're getting Taichi versus Naito.
Oh, sweet. They are not waiting long for that one.
They are not for the title. Another one they're not waiting long on. On the February 11th show, which is about a week later, I think there's like 3 New Beginning shows. I believe this is the last New Beginning show, obviously. You're getting Taguchi versus Ishimori for the junior heavyweight title, and Jay White versus Tanahashi for the world title.
Say that slower, my brain turned off for a second.
Oh. Taguchi versus Ishimori for the junior heavyweight title, and then the main event will be Jay White versus Tanahashi for the heavyweight title.
Wait. Taguchi versus Ishimori for the heavyweight title?
The junior heavyweight title.
You said heavyweight
I said junior both times.
Not
and then I said I did. And then I said Jay White versus Tanahashi for the heavyweight title.
Why are they doing it so quick?
Well, why not?
Man, I guess you have a good point. Why not?
I mean, Jay White's not going to win.
What if he does, though?
He's not. It's just an opponent. I mean, the next big match is going to be Tanahashi, whoever he's fighting at the Garden.
You think they're going to make it that big?
Well, yeah, they have to. It's their biggest U.S. show ever. They're going to purposely make it big.
Huh. Are you sure it's not going to be Tanahashi versus Jay Lethal?
I mean, it could be.
That'd be really lame.
That's not. That better not happen.
Yeah.
It better not happen ever.
Dude, I don't... The thing is, like, I'm really afraid that that fucking G1 Supercard is just going to be, like, Global Wars, just...
I don't think it's
in a big place.
I mean, this is a big deal. It's Madison Square Garden. They're going to purposely have, like, an amazing show.
Dude, what they should have is have someone from Ring of Honor jump the New Japan people to help get the... or not jump. It's some sort of feud built up between the New Japan people and the Ring of Honor people.
I don't know. I honestly would prefer them not do that at all and just have like some Ring of Honor matches and then showcase New Japan style New Japan matches.
Oh, I like that.
Like, you know what I mean? Have like 3 or 4 Ring of Honor matches, like big deal matches that they can build up on their show, and then do like 3 or 4 like big New Japan matches, like a big tag match, and then some really big singles matches.
I could get behind this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you're like getting the New Japan experience there in the U.S.
Lethal's still champ?
Yeah.
He's not a very exciting champ, in my opinion.
That's not nice.
I'm just telling you how it is.
Can we go home?
Go home.
We're doing the go home. This is the go home. This is the go home show. You're not even using the term right.
I have heartburn. Leave me alone.
You have diarrhea too. I can smell it on you.
That's not true. Dude, that's this. That's
I didn't smell anything on you. Don't put that near me, you sick bastard. That's it. What's our next show we're doing anyway? Oh yeah, the AEW rally thing. That'll be up in a couple of days probably.
I mean, are we going to do it tomorrow?
Probably.
Dude, my feet fucking reek.
No.
Fuck, that's bad.
They always smell so good. Are we gonna end this, or let's go? You're just.
Oh, you gonna hit the button?
Oh wait. Bye. What?
Oh
wait.
Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at BreakroomBS1. On
follow
Instagram.
On YouTube.
Instagram, I've been posting all the AEW signings as they've been happening.
Yeah.
As they've been happening. Dude, the one, what the fuck was the one today? The SCU one? I mean, we knew that one was going to happen, but as soon as it got, like, announced, like, Dave told me immediately I had it up within 5 minutes of the announcement.
Well, what's the Twitter, the Instagram?
At Breakroom BS.
Just at Breakroom BS.
At Breakroom BS.
All right. And follow us on YouTube, or subscribe to our YouTube, Breakroom BS. It's very simple. We keep it easy, you know? It's like your butthole.
Yes. All right, love you, bye.